God.
Yo.
Hey, man, we back live, man. Welcome to this episode of Kraig Facts / a lot of other shows, Roast with the Host / a lot of other shows, Blockbuster / a lot of other shows, Quanziiie and Family / a lot of other shows.
A lot of other shows.
Hey, man, today is a good topic, man. We're going to let Quanziiie ask a bunch of different questions since he's been around us for a minute now about just social media, how to build your name. But I'm going to start off with prefacing this by this. It's a lot of delusional individuals that may sometimes use other people to reinforce and validate their delusions in various ways.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you want to do stuff in life, I know for me, I've been delusional about several things. Like when I first got into stand-up, I didn't know what it took to be a stand-up comedian.
Man. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was so many things that I was delusional about. And then when I actually got into it, the application of trying to be a comedian, I started to understand what it was really about.
Hey, so Kraig, did you know that as a comedian, I think any real comedian will agree to this, bro. As a comedian, a young comic trying to make it, there's a lot of sitting around and being in the way.
Right.
There's a lot of sitting around and being in the way, meaning like these comedy clubs only have a certain amount of spots per night to go on stage. And your goal is to get on stage all the time, but you gotta know niggas. It's relationship based. Producers, promoters, and hosts gotta know you and fuck with you and pull you on stage. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you got 15 people to bring every damn night.
Hey, man.
So I was ignorant of the fact that I had to be in the right place at the right time just for a nigga to notice me.
Man.
It's not about how funny you are, especially at the beginning.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree in general. And there's something that doesn't exist as an adult that exists as a child, which is discipline. As far as like people, you know, if you fuck up or if you mess up as a kid, your parent whoops you or punishes you.
Right.
But in this hustle, if you mess up, you just broke.
Right.
Or you ain't got no kids.
Yeah. Or in this generation, you cancel.
Or people stop messing with you.
Right.
But that's going to be temporary, the cancellation thing, because it's totally hypocritical. Everybody in history of humanity has done something that can get them canceled.
Exactly. Agreed.
But the butt kicking is people not messing with you more. You know what I'm saying? You're not being allowed access to certain opportunities. See, when you get in this game, you can't pander and play with people and their resources because it took people years to build certain relationships. So sometimes what happens is when you get delusional people into a situation who are just only convinced that they're great and that's what they stand on, they view their greatness as a license to overstep boundaries, right? And they develop sometimes what's called a confirmation bias. You know what a confirmation bias is?
No, it isn't.
Confirmation bias is what delusional individuals may seek to confirm what they think. So they seek out information or interact with people that support their delusions and belief while ignoring or dismissing conflicting evidence of opinions. So it could be somebody you've done the world for. Yeah. You give them rides to work every day. You buy them lunch. You let them sleep on your couch. You know what I'm saying? You give them ideas. You do things that are extremely valuable. But at some point, that's not enough because they just want to continue to take. So you stop messing with the person, right?
Right.
So now instead of that person looking at, people leaving them alone or, not having access to certain things, now instead of them looking at like, well, what am I doing wrong? How can I change this? They'll only accept information that validates the delusion that they want to remain in. Right. That you a hater, that you don't want to see them win, that you withhold information. All these things that aren't true, but they only accept things around them that confirm that delusion. It's called confirmation bias. So you got to be really careful that you don't brainwash yourself into being that person because the work is too daunting for most people. What you got to learn and what you got to do to move forward is too daunting. When people have confirmation bias, to me, what it's really saying is, I don't have what it takes, or I'm not comfortable in my ability to do what it takes. So let me position myself where I can do everything but what I have to do. Right. Talk about a person that's helped you out, steal from somebody. Just all the things that delusional people do. You was about to say something, John?
No, I was about to piggyback on that. the first thing they do is, oh man, he only got that or she only got that because they try to explain away why that person is successful and they're not. Or even if they are successful, not as successful as the other person. Like you said, that they'll try to find ways to, instead of looking at themselves and like, hey man, maybe I could be doing more, maybe I can be moving stronger, moving in a different way. They'll try to explain away why they're in the position and that other person is.
Let me take this weight off of my shoulders and put it on that other person's shoulder because that person is hating on me. They're a hater. They don't want to see me grow. They don't want to see me win. No, that's not what it is, bro. We all walk our own path. Anytime somebody extends a helping hand to look out for you, you got to be appreciative of that, but you still got to take your stuff into your own hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we've all suffered from it. When Big Job first started doing it, what he was doing and started blowing up, you know, people would say, oh, it's just hood comedy. I get it. Then you had a million dudes trying to do what they thought was hood comedy. Trying to do trying to do Hitman sketches and Bloods and Crips sketches.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not understanding that this is something that is cultural. This is something that is ingrained into my upbringing. I'm putting out products and things that are a reflection of stuff I understand, have been a part of, have been around.
Right.
On top of having the knowledge of how to execute.
Right. Yeah. It's relatable content based off, you know, true things that happen.
Right. So you got to go find the skill set of being able to execute your visions before you can even develop an opinion that is complete of what somebody else has going social media wise.
Develop the skill set is perfect. What you just said, man. A lot of times they don't want to do the work to learn how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I was thinking about the other day? How many people do you think literally just waits on other people to make it just so they can get put on?
A lot.
Yeah. I literally just thought about this shit like just randomly the other day, like, because there's a lot of people that feed me like bags of compliments, but at the same time they're not helping me get to where I need to be.
Well, don't worry, but that ain't their responsibility.
Right.
You got to work. The work generates magnetism. It brings people to you. Everybody it brings to you is not capable of helping themselves. Most of the people it brings to you needs your help. So you have to position yourself to be able to capitalize, provide something that's worthwhile and valuable, but also leave space for those who have the possibilities of taking you to that next level. See, what happens is people who don't want to help you and need your help, they come around you and then they try to take the help from you that's helping you. So they want to come around and network with everybody you know, and they feel like, hey, this is how Ja got here. So if this is Ja's manager, or this is Ja's DP, or this is Ja's editor, or this is Ja, whatever Ja is, as long as I make relationships with them, whatever's going on with Ja is going to go on with me. Right. But they don't understand that Ja's work or your work or my work is what attracted these people to me.
Right.
So you got to do the work so the people that are for you will come to you. If you come around somebody that's already doing the work and you're not on their level and you think you can consume their resources, you got another thing. You got another thing coming. When you see somebody around me, that's somebody that's here because of the work I've put in.
Right.
So you can't start where I'm at just because you're around me.
Right. The first thing they'll do is say this. Yo, Quanziiie, man, hey, your editor such and such. Or let's say this. Zay's your partner, man, for years. And so things that he might, Jose does all your videos, he edits your videos. Hey man, how much he charge? I'm gonna hit him up. Ain't nothing wrong with that question.
Not at all.
But at the same time, I'm thinking like, you asking me, why don't you ask him how much he charges me?
Right.
If you tell me how much he charges you, your price might not be my price.
Might not be my price.
They fuck with you. Y'all built a relationship and a rapport and a respect. So he might be like, hey bro, this is $200, but he might charge me $450.
Right.
I can't trip. Oh, hey, damn! If you charge this nigga, you charge Quanziiie $200, bro. Why you charging me $450? That's shady, bro. Nah, nigga, I done built a relationship and a rapport with Quanziiie. That's how that works. A lot of times people be like, hey man, how much is your editor? How much does your DP charge? Or the license dope, man. And how much does he charge? And they hit that dude up and be like, man, this is what I have in my budget. Such said you charge this much. Oh yeah, I charge him that much. Because I started off working with him for free. I wanted to work with him. I wanted to show him what I could do. I don't own. My price. I wouldn't do this for this amount of money, but for him, I would. I want to be here for a certain reason, and we built that rapport. Y'all built that rapport. A lot of niggas, like Kraig said, want to jump right. I want to start exactly where you would. Niggas want to start where Kraig ended. Or not even ended because it's not over, but niggas want to start at the same level as Kraig or myself or you or whoever, and without even having a rapport with the person they're trying to use or work with.
And if you're delusional, somebody will give you the right information, but your delusion, it doesn't see it as right. Like, I don't know how many people I've told, look, this is what you got to do, bro. You got to learn to edit. Look, because look, for me, I'm Ja a couple months older than me, but that's the big homie. We the same age, but he a couple months older.
Right.
But in this, that's the big homie. That's who brought me into even thinking about doing sketches or acting or nothing. I just was trying to do comedy and bag on dudes.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But there was a point where, and he still know a lot more than me about filmmaking, but there was a point where this was Russian to me.
Right.
So he would say certain things, even when he was learning, that was at his level that I didn't understand. But now I'm at the level of understanding because I done produced my own stuff where I could pick up on everything he's saying.
Yeah.
But there was a point where, I'll give you a point when I was delusional. I shot a bunch of stand-up comedy albums for a bunch of comedians that I love and believe in.
Right.
I didn't understand really the editing process. I paid for a spot to shoot at. Ja was the editor and the director on it.
Yeah.
So I expected him to edit and direct and do everything for $400. For $400, nigga. This is something that takes hours.
Yeah. 3 cameras. It was 3 cameras.
But since the nigga loved me like family, he knew that I was delusional. But he had to just let me live in my situation because I didn't really understand completely what it was. I just knew what I wanted.
Right.
Wait, so how much would something like that cost?
Thousands.
Thousands of dollars, bro. We spent once again. It wasn't that he was cheap. He wasn't because Kraig, he found the location. I believe he paid the comedian something.
It was $800 for the spot. Ja, I think I don't remember how, at least $600-700 total.
Right.
I think I gave Ja. I don't remember if I paid the comedians, but I was giving them.
Sean, you had 3 cameramans, me and 2 other dudes.
We talking about 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago.
10, 11 years
I was still working a regular job too.
Yeah.
So I was taking regular job money and producing content. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you had at least 10 comics, right?
Right.
10 comics that
Teddy Ray, Kamira, KD, Dewan.
Yep.
No, more than that because we shot a second time.
Yeah, 2 different times.
So I shot specials.
Big Dave.
KD
is the homie, our brother Chris Sneed. Yeah, so it was a gang. He did this 10 years ago, a decade ago, with his own bread, and he was working a regular job still, nigga. And I was a freelance editor,
still working a regular job.
Regular job, my nigga.
Wow.
You know, so I was a damn substitute teacher, my nigga. So we trying to make it happen, and I believed in them though. It was tough work, but I was like, damn, nigga. And I know he wasn't trying to skim on bread.
Right.
It's just, I don't think he could, at that time, you would have to really scrape it together a lot of money to pay another editor what he's worth, you know what I'm saying, at that time.
At this grassroots level, you can't afford the dudes that are top notch.
Nah.
Right.
We talking about a top notch editor. I'm talking about top elite. A real deal gonna be $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
For somebody that's top notch.
A nigga,
You may get a mid-level editor for maybe $5.
Yeah.
You may get somebody that believes in you that does good work for $253.
Yeah.
That's just that part. You feel me? We're not gonna talk about a sound guy. A good sound guy gonna cost you about $1,000 for a day. Same type of metrics, maybe 5 if they believe in you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is why he is such an anomaly because he knows how to do all that stuff on his own. So when you get all these copycat dudes who just think because they big like Ja and they know some women, you don't understand what this dude really is. He's like Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Shaq, Kobe, and Magic all in one creator.
Man.
Wait, so I got a question about that. As far as like an upcoming creator, you know, that's still on the budget, I'm still on the 9 to 5. How popular is the barter system? You know, because as much as I would like to pay everybody,
Right.
I'm completely unable to.
The best thing,
but I don't like, you know, having people work for me for free.
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you got to get blessed because I will say this, how I started when I first started going hard. Pause with the shooting every day, every week. Kraig had just moved. I mean, he didn't move. He just started. He was working. He was driving trucks across the country.
Man.
So he was gone for 3-4 months at a time. This is my 8th.
We're talking about 2010, right?
2010. You know what I'm saying? 11, 12, 13. nigga, he would be gone for 4-5 months and come back and do comedy for like 3-4 months and then dip again. And so in 2017, when I really decided that, okay, I'm gonna do this shit every fucking day, he was gone. So when you need a nigga that you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone like a friend that loves what you do, loves you, period, and he's gonna hold that camera for you, or she's gonna hold that camera for you, or she's gonna help you make this beat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and at that point we could grow together.
Request review.
Yeah, because I got a lot of homies like where I'm at, they have the vision, but they're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, with me having a vision, actually doing something, I'm just trying to set the example. Like, yo, like if you just pushing as hard as I do, you know what I'm saying, you could be there too. But people, since I got like 250,000 on TikTok, people think that I already got it like that. I'm like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? But you can help me get there.
The first thing is that you got a belief in self. You're super young, so you have time.
23, by the way, for the people watching.
Yeah, you have time. But it's just getting rid of that delusion that I wish I could have got rid of faster. But see, delusional people they're not good with honesty. They view honesty as you're a hater. Right. Or are you trying to stop them from doing what they want to do? Or you don't want them to win.
Right.
So they start playing and pandering with people around you. I've been delusional too. I know how it is. It ain't no ego in this, bro. This entertainment thing is bigger than one individual and how they feel about how great they are. You're in a game where everybody feels like they're the truth.
Right.
But one thing that you shouldn't do that most people are doing is live in a delusion. Another thing that delusional people do is they influence and they persuade others.
Right. What'd you say? Triangulate, right?
Triangulate. So they might attempt to convince or manipulate others into accepting their delusions as truth. So if somebody feel like you hating on them or you don't want them to win, whatever the delusion is, they try to manipulate other people around you or around them into believing the delusion.
And get other people to question your sincerity as well. I mean, how you feel about such and such, man? You don't think that he be doing this and the other? Like,
exactly.
Nah, nigga, he cool. You sure? Like, but think about it. Like, do he really fuck with you like that? Yeah, I thought.
Coercion and emotional appeals. Something's always wrong with what you're doing when somebody's delusional. I don't like the way he said that to me. I don't like when I said I was going to be there at 5. He said 5 ain't good enough. It just don't make no sense to me that every time I say go, he say stop. Why would he do that? I mean, is it like that with Tutu? Did you notice that when I said this, that he said that? It's like, look, we all have said things like that, but here's the difference between somebody that's delusional and somebody that's figuring out shit. When somebody is delusional and they're confronted with the truth, they just swat that shit down like it's a fly, like it ain't important, like the real ain't important.
Right.
The real is that people get hurt that they're not good enough at a certain point. At some point, when we do something bigger than us, we're not good enough.
Nigga.
We got to build ourselves up.
You got to fail, bro.
You got to fail and build yourself up so you have something to stand up on so you can be outwardly what you think you are on the inside. Go ahead.
No,
No, I'm listening.
It's videos I got before I was going by Bigg that's online right now. Y'all niggas can find them, enjoy them. I ain't gonna tell you where they at though. Old videos that are terrible, in my opinion, that I shot thinking they was the greatest shit ever back then.
Right.
But I keep them up there to remind myself of the growth of the knowledge that I've gained over the years. So just to keep me grounded, man, because it's hard, man, and I feel like I worked a long, hard time, to get to where I'm at, and it's videos out there to show this is what I was doing this 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about Kraig producing shows a decade ago to before now he got his own studio, and the testament to what he's saying about him not really knowing a lot back in the day. Look at him now; he got his own studio. I didn't help him build this shit. This is the shit that he built with the resources that he has and the people that he's gained became in contact with, and this shit is just dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, he didn't know nothing about video shit, nothing about like filmmaking, none of that shit. But he had a partner, he had a homeboy, man, my boy Gary George, man, that knew more than I did, and he's a younger nigga too. He the little homie, but he's the big homie in this situation because he taught me how to use these cameras back in 2009. 2009, I used to drive to Pomona damn near a couple times a week just to shadow the nigga.
From Hawthorne, man.
Hawthorne, man.
We talking about 50 miles one way.
And that's bread. On your gas, I didn't have no money like that.
Somebody said Brandon. Now, Brandon is not relevant in what I do. Stop bringing up Brandon. I put Brandon on. He was a decent dude, but I put Brandon on. So don't bring him up. He don't have nothing to do with none of this. Period, point blank.
Bless your heart, my nigga. Yeah, man. So, but I didn't know much. I knew I needed to learn. I needed to learn more. So I was shadowing the homie, like picking his brain on editing, on software, on cameras, on how to operate these cameras. And this is, like I said, 10 years ago.
Right.
To now where I'm at now. I owe a lot to that. You know what I'm saying? But even with Kraig, he didn't know how to help me, but he knew how to put me in position to learn, to meet somebody else that could. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my boy Gary George, man. The glorious man. The glorious man.
Hey, man, go in there and take all the moderators off my stuff. You know how to do that? We'll figure it out.
I got a question. So I keep hearing, 10, 11 years ago, 20 years ago about, older videos. But as mature creators, with it, being the most popular thing to be a social media influencer, right. How with your structure, how has it been to adapt, to the modern day of filmmaking?
Oh, it's easier.
Really?
It's way easier.
Okay.
All you got to do is do this now. Beep. What's up, y'all? Everything. I mean, I hate it when such and such, blah, 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 blah. Don't you hate when the bitch do this and you just talk to the camera? Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier now. So for one, you can get to where I got there faster because the technology is just stronger.
Yeah, the algorithms.
You know what I'm saying? The iPhones wasn't cracking 10 years ago like that. You know what I'm saying? So now you got an iPhone or a dope-ass Droid or some shit like that. You can film your whole show. And people looked at the CNB Classic Volume 2 project I put out last week. Me and Kraig was a part of that. That's all iPhone.
Right.
That's all iPhone. You know what I'm saying? No professional cameras at all, just all iPhone. And you can do that now. So it's so much easier now. But the creativity is what you have to make sure that you can hone that skill of creating consistently over time.
Selective interpretation is another thing that delusional cats suffer from. They'll distort the words and actions of others to fit their delusions, disregarding alternative explanations or more rational perspectives. You got to be a hater in order for me to be right.
Oh, man.
Right. You have to be. It just sounds better that Ja don't want me to win.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? That's why my stuff ain't doing as good as it needs to be because, Ja don't want me to win. He know I'm more talented than him.
Right.
So, hey. That's why he ain't got me in all this video. I don't think bro, I'm telling you, man, I could tell you some stories, man, but just make sure you're not delusional, man. And exploiting relationships. They may manipulate and exploit those relationships with others, including family, friends, or acquaintances to reinforce their delusions. They can involve seeking reassurance or seeking out people who will endorse their beliefs. Let me ask you a question, John. When you got somebody that's delusional around you, how do you deal with that? Do you confront them? Do you leave them alone? Like, how do you deal with that, especially when they're integrated into your circle of people?
I confront them, man. You know me. If I feel like if it's a conversation that needs to be had, we're gonna have to have it. So I like asking questions, man, and not rhetorical ones too. I want you to tell me exactly what you feel about this situation. Do you feel like I've done this, that, and the other? And if you really do feel that way, let's explain to me how.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I disagree, then I'll let you know this is why I disagree, and I'll break it down. I prefer to talk about it. I mean, I can leave you alone for sure, but those who are in my circle who might fall victim to being delusional in some way, those niggas are worth talking to, in my opinion.
Definitely.
It's people who are trying to get into the circle, but I see their lack of work ethic. I see their lack of is being disingenuous.
Right.
I can see they're disingenuous, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, he's not a bad dude or she's not a bad chick. I just know that they too much of an opportunist. We all are opportunists. We are, as we should be.
Right.
You got to, when you see opportunity, you want to take advantage of it. You got to.
For exposure.
Right. But the only way it makes sense is if you got something else to offer.
But some people, especially when it's street dudes, they got to make you a bitch or a buster.
Yeah, discredit your manhood.
Discredit your manhood to try to, to justify trying to take something from you.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people are their only way of coming up is taking something from somebody, either misleading them. So when you get around people who's in their mind, they feel like they got to steal or take, and there's different ways to steal. One of the most prevalent ways in this is manipulation, bringing you information that may be false or bringing false information to other people about you. When you're confronted with those type of people and you're uncomfortable, you have to set a boundary, because people who operate like that, they don't stop, because they view you may view what you're doing as helping, but they view what they're doing as getting over on you, or they're smarter. So they view you like a lick.
Right.
Oh, he just gonna let me be at his crib by myself with nobody around? He just gonna let me do it? He gonna just let me hang out and his chick is there? And you know what I'm saying? Or right. So you gotta. That's why it's tough to find good people. But when you find good people, like me and Ja was able to find each other based pretty much luckily.
Yeah.
You just gotta stay in with it, because we done been through ups and downs, arguments. You shut the fuck up, nigga. You wrong, I'm wrong. Arguing for long. You know what I'm saying? We done been through all that. This ain't been
shout matches, nigga.
I'm talking about
little ass boys sometimes.
Okay. Do you think that, I wouldn't say it's necessary, but do you think like arguing and like having different point of views is a must to keep a good friendship
for us
going?
It do because it festers creativity.
Right, yeah, because
I realized over the years, I've been knowing this nigga since we was late 20s, like mid-20s and shit. So I start to understand him. I said, oh, this nigga thinks different than I do. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I know, he got my back all the time.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So I know that whatever he's saying is not to tear me down. Whatever he's saying is not to just disagree with what I'm saying. He really feels this way. I've met a lot of people in my life, man. There's a few people who I know that's very, very passionate about what they believe in, and they stand on it. And he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I always listen to him, even if I disagree. I know it ain't no bullshit. If you watch Kraig Facts all day, I've been knowing this nigga 10+ years. The shit he says is not just to be saying. There's research behind it. You know what I'm saying? There's due diligence and all that shit. So even if I disagree with him, I'll fuck around and go look shit up afterwards. Like, damn, what this nigga was talking about, nigga? Oh, shit, nigga was right. Yeah, this nigga said some shit to me before. I thought he was lying. I said, this nigga's really lying to my face. This shit never happened. And I go Google that shit. I'm like, damn, this is really a real thing that happened in real life.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, because I got homies, man, like, instead of just, just having that simple conversation, they'd rather let shit just be awkward and just sweep shit under the rug and then just go about it, everybody business. But I'm like, nah, this shit just don't even feel right, to even try to simmer that without, And
tell your homeboys, man, if you love me, bro, you'll have the uncomfortable conversation with me.
Right, yeah, because
you better. Sometimes you got to risk the friendship.
Yeah,
especially when you've been around somebody for. Once you get 10 years plus, you pretty much. It ain't smooth sailing, but you know what you're dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things that make things go awry in entertainment, because this is a business, but people don't view it like this. It's the women. It's you get dudes that come around, they want to touch women any way they want to touch them. They feel like they're supposed to flirt with every chick. Right. They feel like they're supposed to try to smash every chick. Right. Some dudes use women to try to get information. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's manipulation. Anything that you can come straight to me for, if you go to somebody else, that's you're conspiring.
Right.
There's no other way to put it.
Right.
You're just trying to figure out a way to tighten up my circle or get a grasp on everything I'm doing so you can use it for yourself. If I'm aware of that being your strategy and we don't talk about it, what do you think my perception of you is going to be? You think that I got the wool over my eyes, like I don't see the play, I see it. It don't mean nothing to me because I want you to win too. But if you feel like you coming around me to use what I have, but ain't providing me with nothing. Right. And then when I become aware of it, you think you're supposed to still be able to come around and take advantage of all the stuff that I've been letting you take advantage of. You got me fucked up.
Right.
You can do that on your own. Right. You can go manipulate and fuck over somebody else's opportunities or resources. But for me, once I realize that's what you're on, you can't be mad at me because I don't allow you to feed off of me.
Right.
You're a parasite at that point.
A parasite, nigga. It's the worst person to be, man.
Why would you want to be viewed as a parasite to somebody that's willing to help you?
Right.
Sometimes people offer you some shit and they just want to see what you're going to do. It's people that you'll offer shit to, they'll turn it down and then sneak around and try to come steal it from you. Because in their mind, They want to feel like they have some power over you. So they rather steal from you than accept help from you.
Yeah.
There's some sneaky people in this world.
It ain't, but what I'm saying is that's delusional stuff. That don't mean that the person is somebody you can't work with. Somebody said, Josh, maybe multimedia. Josh disagreeing with everything. Okay, whatever.
Wait, who said that? Where?
Multimedia. Josh disagreeing with everything.
That's because they don't know how tight we are, bro.
I have no idea.
Niggas don't know, nigga, like before, my name is Jade Pickett, man. And Big Ja is the name I go by for years. But before I was Big Ja, to y'all niggas, I was just Jade to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on this nigga a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not disagreeing to agree. I fuck with this man, and I agree with a lot of shit he says because we on the same page. That's why we've been friends for so long. Goofy ass nigga. The fuck you mean, nigga? I ain't just a guest on the show. We didn't meet as Kraig, Fax, and Big Ja, nigga. We met as young Smitty, nigga, and Ja, man. We knew niggas and since what 2009. 2009. Yeah, man. So yeah, me and him on the same page. We used to work together. He was the first nigga in this comedy shit I've been working with. When I first started, I learned the nigga that taught me how to use these cameras is one of his partners that he grew up with. That's how far back we go. I ain't disagreeing to agree, nigga.
He said, multimedia said, my bad, Kings. It's not the same. Nah, we know it ain't that serious.
Oh, no, I ain't mad at you, bro. Yeah. I don't even know you, bro.
We not tripping.
Love, bro. We comedians, bro.
That nigga Josh ready to jump through the screen.
Nah, nigga.
What got me thinking about delusions.
That's all love, by the way, bro.
What's real and all that, you know what I'm saying, is this whole DC Young Fly situation with his girl passing. That really touched my heart because
that's crazy.
DC Young Fly is somebody who we've all got the opportunity to witness his journey. Yeah. And he went from being just a regular hood dude to a superstar.
And it all started on Vine.
Vine in front of everybody's face.
Yeah.
And he's actually somebody that I've met once or twice. I don't know him personally, but I'm a believer in him and what he has accomplished and what he's trying to accomplish.
Right.
But I know what he's going through. As far as losing somebody close, I lost my niece during this time of me doing entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We found her in the room dead. They said it was natural causes at 30. Yeah. But it was really doctor malpractice. She got a lap band surgery. They fucked up on the surgery, and she died 2 months after the surgery.
Wow.
My niece was the closest female to me in my life. But I understand this perception people have having me being a comedian and a stand-up and a rapper. So sometimes people's interpretation of you is based on delusion, just because you make them happy. So when they think of you, they always want to think, you know, they're at a certain place. You know what I'm saying? You make them laugh, you make them think about forget about their problems. But when you have issues, you know what I'm saying? That's where that's where things come into play. Where you're like, okay, now I got to step out of this whole world of comedy and what people think I am and who they think I am. And now I got to deal with stuff like what DC Young Fly is dealing with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine having to deal with something like that and people want you to make them laugh.
That's tough.
Or you got a buddy around you that is mad because you further off than him, or you don't think you're doing enough for him as a grown-ass man, or, you know, you just all this stuff going on and you got to deal with real issues. That's why it's so hard to be an entertainer. That's why you see people offing themselves or catching long prison sentences or just stopping it, because it's so much you have to deal with when you entertain. It's very important that you're able to separate reality from delusion. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy mentioning that because I was going through something, I think about a couple of weeks ago. And man, like just mentally, like I just, you know, just need to, you know, get away and, you know, run errands or some shit like that. I think I needed to go inside Walmart, and I seen one of my friends. I haven't seen it forever. And, you know, I'm just, you know, blowing steam off, and, you know, she, oh, hey, Quan, like I see the videos, and, you know, it's been fun and this, that, and the third. And, you know, it was just a quick thank you, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel so bad because, you know, just as much as I wanted to, you know, get that positive response.
You couldn't give her the energy that you wanted to give her?
Yeah, I couldn't give her the energy that I always have, you know?
Right.
But
that's reality, you know, man.
I think about that shit. Yeah.
Especially as being as you become more familiar, another familiar face, people see you out and about on a daily basis. You might end up getting hey, Quanziiie, what's up, man? I got a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Quanziiie?
Yeah,
And you got to do your trademark. You got to do your to the maxes or your gaws. Right. Every day ain't the same day. No, and I don't think that they don't not care. But there's times that you might just got off the phone with your mom.
Right.
And got some bad news about an auntie or somebody or a relative, and then you go outside to the store to get something for your wife, and somebody is in the store like, hey, bro, wanna crack a joke and tell you their favorite sketch of yours, and you got to smile and do all that thing, all that stuff, and it's not fake because I want to smile all the time, but you might not be in the mood every time.
Exactly, and it might leave a bad taste in their mouth. You know,
so
they get oh man, I met that dude in real life, man.
What a weird man,
true asshole. You know, because I even seen one of my icons, Fat Boy SSE. Yeah, I seen him at the mall that I worked at.
Why is he icon? Because he's fat.
Nah,
I gotta find another big dude.
It's just I really fuck with his kids. When I was in high school, and just all the positive words that he had to say. It would be shit that I was going through.
That's the dude that be yelling, right?
Yeah. He used to yell. He would be yelling like that.
He talented.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Yeah, so I seen him. Like I'm fresh out of work, like 9 hours I just worked, and I seen him, but he was with his fam. So I didn't want to say too much, but I said what's up and asked for a pic, but he just wasn't really in the mood, and that kind of got to me. But then I was like, man, he was probably just having a bad day. Yeah. If I seen him again, I say what's up, give him the same.
You asked him for a pic?
Yeah.
Where was you at?
I was at the Calvin Outlets where I work.
Yeah. So how'd you do it? What happened? Where was he at?
No, so he was with his family. I think that was at at one of the food trucks that's there on the daily. And I was oh damn, that's fat. And at first I was just gonna say what's up and keep walking. But then I was like, just like, oh man, like when am I ever gonna run into dude again?
Let me ask him.
Yeah. So then I asked him.
You gotta ask him.
Yeah, he walked over and I told him, a few people that I know he fuck with, that I fuck with heavy. So he just kind of like nodded, and then I could just tell that his energy was off, and then one of the homies called. And I was like, yo, I just ran into the fat. And the homie was just like, he yelled at me. He was like, yo, leave it alone. And
that's what he told you that.
Yeah, he was like, yo, just leave it alone. He was like,
yeah, you can get this nigga right. You got to look at it from his perspective. You calling people like nigga.
No. The homie called me that conveniently that he fuck
Well, yeah. But you telling him, I get what you're saying. You
should have led with a snack, man. I got some ketchup for them fries, some salt.
No, but even before that though, like I could just because like even like when I tried to shake his hand, he just kind of like went like this, knuckle touched me real quick.
Oh yeah,
and I could just tell that he tried to like say the least as possible. I just got a quick nod. Because even when I first said what's up to him, he was just like, So I was like, yeah, he's probably just having a bad day. I know he gambles a lot at the casino right next door.
I met Mike Epps when I was like your age. This is before I did comedy, so I didn't really have much to bring to the table, but I was a fan. And it was the same type of awkward thing. It's when Mike had braids.
Oh shit!
It's probably this before. He was on, but he wasn't. Now he was legendary then. He a legend now for solidified.
Is it like next day era Mike Epps?
This is before that. This is when Mike had braids. So this is probably like 01, 02 Mike Epps.
Oh, okay.
We was at a club and I just tapped him and said, man, I'm a big fan of what you do, man. And he just kind of nodded like, thanks. And that was the end of the conversation. It wasn't, we didn't go no further. You know what I'm saying? We just left it right there. At the time, I felt slighted because I didn't understand. Mike probably dealt with 50 other people today. He don't know.
Yeah. Right. You just think you don't.
That's what it be.
And then you're not about to make it through Fat Boy F. What was his name?
Fat Boy S. He just go by Fat.
Or a Big Job, Mike Epps, or you're not making it through me. Like if you meet a Mike Epps, it's nobody. He not gonna change your life. That's not how it works.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And you excited to see him. He's not excited to see you.
Right.
And I promise you, me and Kraig was in the comedy. We was in the comedy at the Comedy Store years ago. And Eddie Murphy was in the building, man.
And for those of y'all don't know, man, Eddie Murphy is a big head nigga. I didn't realize he had such a big head.
He got dome.
Eddie Murphy is supposed to be 6'9". That's how big his head is.
He's supposed to be tall.
He's 5'11", but he got a 6'9" cranium. Yeah. Like if they dug him up and 100 years and found his skull, they would be like, this is a different body. Who put this skull? He's a big head dude. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Go ahead.
Early man body.
Hell yeah, early man body? Caveman face.
Yeah, he got the skull of somebody that defends themselves through headbutting. Right. Like this is my
barbaric.
Reindeers have horns, antlers.
Eddie Murphy got a steel toe forehead.
Eddie Murphy got a steel toe forehead. Hell yeah.
And so he was in the comedy club in the back, trying not to be seen. Kevin Hart was there. It was whose birthday? It was either Kevin Hart's birthday or it was Cedric the Entertainer's birthday. And different celebrity comics was getting up to speak and showing love. No, was it D-Ray? No, it wasn't D-Ray. Because it probably would have been at the Improv. Anyhow, a lot of comics was going up there going up to the table. He was there with a couple chicks and some dudes, and they was going to the table to shake his hand and possibly get pictures. And after a while, niggas stopped letting the comics go back there and talk to him. Like, nigga, leave him alone, bro.
Leave him alone.
I didn't go. I still haven't met Eddie Murphy. Hopefully one day I'm blessed to meet Eddie Murphy, and in a real way, and not just in a fan way. And nothing wrong with doing that though. Nothing wrong, but also because I understood though, and this is years ago. This is a long time ago before niggas even knew who my name was. I said I'm excited to see Eddie Murphy. He's not excited to see me. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't willing to go up there and take the chance of trying to shake his hand and have a conversation with him because that's what I would want to do. Why the fuck would he want to talk to me?
Why?
And it's not because he's better than I am. He doesn't know me, but I know him. I don't know I know him as the celebrity. What is he going to ask me? Right. I have 1,000 questions to ask. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But what would he ask you?
Yeah, other than hey man, where you from? What's your name? But like, does he really give a fuck? In real life, dude, would you if somebody randomly just, hey man, what's up, Quanziiie? How you doing, man? I'm a big fan of your work. You might ask him, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. But what's your name? Where you from? Oh, my name is Mike, man. I'm from fucking Corona. I'm from Inglewood. Hey man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And want to keep going. That's the most I want to give you.
Right.
But a nigga that fucks with you, that's a fan or a supporter, he want to ask you all kind of questions. Hey man, where you get all the girls from? Right. Hey, yo, Quanziiie, man, where you get all your ideas from with the things you do? Like, that's an interview at this point. You know what I'm saying? Imagine doing that all day. Right. You go to Starbucks, you run into somebody, 2 or 3 people. You go to Walmart, same thing. You go to Chipotle, it's 3 motherfuckers there. Right. That's damn near 10 people. Right. 10 people.
You know, I was just talking to my barber about this the other day. Like, it's to the point now where it's like, because I live in Hemet, you know. Yeah. I could drive anywhere around Hemet and like I would run into somebody I know. A 15-minute errand would turn into a 2-minute, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking day. And it's to the point now where it's like, I could go to, I'll go to Walmart 20 minutes out from Hemet to like Menifee just to go, get what I need to get and come back. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear where you're coming from, but obviously I'm not on that status, but it does happen in the area that I do.
Keep working, you will be. And it's not about, that's not the status you work for, but the work you put in the entertainment that's going to be inevitable. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And as far as the girls, I had another question for you. So, I'm nowhere near, dating or anything like that. I'm having fun.
As you should, man.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is though, when it's time for me to settle down and, had that one, even with me having, the girls that I have in my video, and I know you have a lot of, beautiful queens in your video, how do you balance that? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, when I'm married and shit like that, I feel like all that shit is over with. I got to, recreate my structure and shit. Like, I mean, that's just my perspective right now.
You better not recreate your
why would you recreate that?
Your business structure.
My question is, why would you do that? What were you doing then as a single man that you can't do now as a married man or as a man in a relationship? Because if that's the case, if you got to stop, that means you probably shouldn't have been doing that shit in the first place.
Right.
That's insinuating. Because even when I was single, I was treating the women and behaving the same way I was as a single nigga doing videos with them as I was as a married man doing videos with them. So it's literally the same thing.
That would mean your mind is in the wrong place. Look, man, do you know that these chicks that Josh shooting with, these chicks wasn't trying to be in his video 10 years ago? Nah. He had to build his stuff up to a point where people wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had to build that. He had to have a vehicle for them to get in.
Yeah.
People come around this, and the first thing they be focused on is the women. Oh, girl, and your stuff is bad. I mean, all that's cool if you're a regular consumer. I get it. But once you're on the other side of creating, it's like, why would you want to smash these chicks?
Come on, man.
For what?
Come on, bro.
Do you know the game that we're in? This is a hustle. This is worse than the dope game. At least in the dope game, if somebody rob you for a key, you can go kill them or pistol whip them.
That's the game. That's supposed to happen.
Right. So Big Josh is a sizable dude, as far as everybody knows him, but he ain't the big dog in the industry. So these chicks are trying to mess with the big dog in the industry. Some of these chicks are talented, but they use their bodies and their sexuality to get in certain places. So if you allow a woman around you to pander that way, eventually she's going to discard you for the next big thing. So you want to establish sensible, respectable relationships with these women who create content, a business relationship that could possibly go into a friendship. If you establish it on the bullshit, it's always somebody that got more money, more resources that can out bullshit you.
Right.
When you spend $1,000 on the chick, they can spend $10,000 and it's nothing to them.
Right.
But if you somebody that's genuinely sewing into their life and being a genuine person, they're gonna come around you and want to be in your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you thinking that you could just ask Big Jai, can you tell a girl I can be to be in my sketch? She gonna look at your stuff and I mean y'all don't have nothing built.
Right.
Kraig got the sick. What is that? Heart tunes. What is the sick? I see it's been a roast war going on in the comments. Zach Lee trying out different wigs while he typed. That's funny. Kraig acting like he didn't smash the chick with the gap teeth. What chick is that?
Hey, somebody earlier said that nigga Ja, he dressed like he ready for a food competition.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Nah. Somebody earlier said I'm sitting there like I'm sitting on the floor.
I think
your legs is crossed.
I think my camera kind of high too, huh, Zay?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, because I'm short. Like if you look at the frame right there, it does look like I'm sitting on the floor. I'm just on the table like this. Nigga.
With shit on the table.
I need one of them barber seats. Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Now, hey man, real talk. When you get a lady in your life, she got to be comfortable with you. If you are really what you are as a public figure and a personality, right? And you're gonna be around all different types of people, women, men, and as far as the women go, as long as you're not being irresponsible with your behavior, bro, she should be able to understand what you do and respect it.
They got to.
And if she don't, she ain't the one for you.
Yeah, wait, go ahead.
They got to. I dealt with a chick who had interest in doing this. She had a regular job, and we stopped messing with each other a while ago. But this is why you got to watch women being in your stuff, because when we didn't work out, she started reaching out to people around me, acting like she was being cool, but saying things negatively about me on the way out. Instead of us just being over with, she'll reach out to somebody and say, I liked him, but he doesn't have any emotional intelligence, badgering me. You know what I'm saying? To other people. So that's why you want to keep it separate. You know what I'm saying? Then if you change your whole business model up and you and the woman don't work out, then what?
Yeah, then you fucked everything.
Yeah.
These women's minds be all over the place, bro. They bow to consistency. A man that can consistently provide, consistently give leadership, consistently show patience. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So if you bow to their inconsistency, they're going to just leave. And you ever been in an argument with a chick and you saying something that's right? Like, this is right. And all she wants to talk about is the tone of your voice?
Yeah.
And disregard the rightness, nigga?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Deflecting and shit.
Yeah.
So you lead, and then you take all that away. You lead, and if she follows, she has to understand what this is about. But if she starts leading, if she starts leading you with, you can't do this, you can't have these chicks around, I don't feel comfortable, you got to either put a smash on that or get rid of her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of her.
Put a smash on it is make her feel more comfortable by doing certain things, right. Meshing the two worlds together possibly, and that's even if she's worth it.
Hey Zach, hold on. You saying FBA Homerson's roast was trash? Well, let's see the roast. You can't, if somebody roasts you can't say it's trash. That's on the people to decide. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, that's what I hate about roasting sometimes. I'm a chat room going too. When you roast, throw your joint out there. Let the other people decide what's trash or not.
You fire up the Discord.
Of course, you're going to say it's trash if you're on the receiving end.
Right.
When Kraig bows his nose touches his knee. That's funny. Facts.
That's stupid.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. Don't be doing that, man. You think because you say it's trash, everybody going to follow behind you. It's just going to get worse for you. You better learn how to rebuttal. What you say?
Yeah, but not yet. Because even like, some women, I feel like if something serious is about to happen, I tell them like, hey, yo, look, I'm a creator. I'm entertainer. I'm into a lot of shit, but I would never, do no harm. I would never cheat or anything like that, But I will, have to work with other women, and I get the disclaimer out as soon as I can.
Right.
And for the most part, they'd be like, oh, like, that's fine. But then when the shit start happening and examples that I've given in a disclaimer start happening, that's when I'm like, why is this happening? Why you recording with them? Why I see you with them?
Look, Beats, Kraig got to let Jive finish his thought without interpreting on bloods. All right, if I'm cutting him off, my bad. He'll let you know. Every time Kraig sneezes, it rains.
Kraig today, nigga.
Hey, homie, fuck you, hoe ass nigga. Y'all want to call in? I ain't opened up the Discord in a long time. Don't make me open up the Discord. You know what it's like live.
I love the Discord.
Half of y'all was scared to call in live, so I don't want to see the rah-rah in the comments because I was letting y'all call out and touch me, and I was giving y'all the business for months.
For real.
Nigga get it back against the wall, nigga have a gang of niggas calling this is fighting off the back foot, nigga.
For months.
For months.
So we're gonna have how I'm gonna start breaking this up, man. We're gonna have a clean show. And we're gonna have a dirty show that you gotta pay a membership to be a part of, man. When I get the dirty show, the Kraig Facts After Dark back popping again, just make sure you join in, man.
Yeah.
You know, I have a room full of naked chicks if that's what it takes.
Hey.
But just make sure y'all subscribe to that.
About the Bible, nigga.
Also, you're going to have to be a subscriber to watch the show soon. So make sure you subscribe. All you people coming in here tiptoeing to see what I'm talking about, creating weird accounts to see if I'm talking about you. Make sure you subscribe to that as well, man. I definitely want you to come in here and keep creeping like you've been doing. I love you for it.
Yes, sir.
Keep creeping. Tiptoe. Kraig knows no good. Open the Discord, Nostradamus. I will, man. Just make sure you call in and have that same energy. I love when y'all roast. Kraig Facts going on Tubi. Yeah, for sure. Why not?
That should be dope.
I got 1,200 hours of the show.
Man,
500 episodes in the can. Let's do it. Tubi, where you at? Let's make a deal.
Shout out Tubi, man. They got a lot of black projects on
The best comedy online. Look, this tour is coming. To Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. What does that mean? I'll be telling jokes, and at the end, I'll be roasting with the audience and some of the comedians on stage, man. Make sure y'all purchase the tickets when they're available. I did do a preliminary announcement the other day. We got 10 cities on the thing, but I think we're going to be up to 15. 15. So, if you want me to come to your town, inbox me the comedy club so I can reach out. We about to get out here, get on the road, and really work some jokes and have fun.
Yep.
DMV for show. Put up that flyer. You got that flyer, Quanziiie?
You talking about this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Let me send that to Zay. I'm going to give you this flyer to put up so they can see. Huh?
I got you.
I got it. Hold on, let me see. We about to get out here and make some noise, man. At the end of the tour, I'm going to shoot the special. I'm going to do pre-orders on the special. Make sure y'all buy that. We're going to do a quick break so you can look at this ad, run this ad for the tour, play a couple other things. We'll be back in like 3-4 minutes. God.
God.
Nah, that was
Hey, this next
You know what
comedian,
time it is.
make
The
some
Get It
noise,
From
man. Let's do
God
this
Stand
from
Up and
the
Roast Tour.
Mean
Yo, if
streets,
you can roast,
Barstow,
come get yours.
California. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
Y'all good? Y'all good?
You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
And you had sex with the sinners. They call it masturbation. Relationship cowards. You think everybody is gay because you are. Life of control get exposed and it's too far. Oh, you're a victim when you're triggered. Dated a white girl and let her call your mother a nigger. I knew it when I met her though. Still let her wear my sweater though. She thought everything was her daddy's.
You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is, the Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God, God, God. You know what time it is. The Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God, God.
Are we good now, y'all? Dissect these lyrics.
All right.
So now that they can hear it, I'm going to spit a few bars. I want to see what Quanziiie, how he interprets these lyrics now that y'all can hear them. Ready?
Let's do it.
Of course I can. Recyclers. Hustler. I used to get it off that glass like wipers. Scan. And watch out for the pop out like Justin Bieber fans. Hyper. What does that mean?
Well, first of all, this is you, huh? This is you.
I just need you to dissect the lyrics.
Okay.
It don't have to be me.
So I feel like the punch is really recyclers.
Why is that? Of course I can.
Recyclers, right? Of course you can. So as far as like, being in this game, of course I can is something that, saying like I could do this shit too.
Right.
Recyclers being that like the baton is in your hand now.
I like that interpretation.
Baton is in your hand now. You said you watch, read the next part as far as the window wipers.
Before we go to the next one. Of course I can. Recyclers.
Right.
People who recycle, what do? Some of them collect cans.
Yeah. Okay.
So I took collecting cans and made it a metaphor for that I can do it. Of course I can. Recyclers.
Okay.
So if somebody recycles, of course they have cans. Of course they can.
Okay.
You feel me?
Oh, okay. I got that. But what was your thoughts about, handing the baton off?
I think that's a good interpretation. That's why niggas who have bars are so dope, man, because you can interpret it a bunch of different ways. Of course I can. Recyclers. Hustler. I used to get it off that glass like wipers.
Okay. So hustler, that's another, punch right there. Used to get off that glass as a 9 to 5.
I used to get it off that glass like wipers.
Only thing I can think of is windshield wipers, the nigga be hanging off the side of the building, wiping stuff out. It's 9 to 5. Okay. But now, this is where you are.
Okay, so you fucking with it. You getting there. So I used to get it off that glass like wiper. I used to sell crystal.
Okay.
So meaning I'm a hustler. I used to get it off that glass like wipers. So meaning I used to make money off the glass. What do wipers do? They get shit off the glass.
Right.
They get water off the glass, bug off the glass. Right. Bugs off the glass. I used to get it off that glass like wipers.
Okay.
Then I say scan and watch out for the pop out like Justin Bieber fans. Hyper.
Okay. Scan, watch out for the pop out. Scan means like observe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Watch what I got going on. Watch out for the pop out as in watch your upcoming, watch your upbringing. I mean, not your upbringing, watch you coming out, with all these, multiple projects, what you got going on.
That's one way. That's a good way. That's one way. Also, watch out for if you hustling, there's people out there trying to get you.
Right.
So you watching out for the pop out. What niggas do when they hop out and try to get you? They pop out on you. So you watch out for the pop out, like Justin Bieber fans. So Justin Bieber is a pop artist.
Right.
He puts out pop music. So when you watch out for the pop out, if you're a Justin Bieber fan, you're looking for pop music to listen to. So I'm like a Justin Bieber fan, but I'm watching out for a different type of pop out. I'm watching out for them jump out boys.
Right. The Jack boys, the niggas that be hungry.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It took me one hole to get gung ho, and I was done for.
I can hear
Sniper.
you. Oh, okay. I can hear you now.
Rapunzel with a blunt road and a bundle. Hyper.
Okay.
Who calling? She don't like it when I'm in. Wait, hold on. Who calling? Rapunzel with a blunt road and a bundle. Hyper. Who calling? She don't like me in her cell. Lifer.
Okay. Rapunzel.
With a blunt road and a bundle.
So you just chilling.
Hyper.
Brainstorming.
Who calling? She don't like me in her cell. Like a lifer.
She don't like you in her. She don't like you in her presence as her man.
No, so I said, who calling? She don't like me in her cell. Like a wifer. So I'm asking who calling. Who the fuck is calling you, bitch? She don't like me in her cell.
Oh,
like a lifer.
Her cell phone. Okay, I'm thinking like, on some metaphor type shit, like a jail cell.
Well, I did some metaphor. Who don't like me in her cell? She don't like me in her cell. Like a lifer. Lifer's cell is their home. They don't want nobody in their cell that ain't supposed to be there.
Right.
So she don't, if she getting a call and I'm asking her who's calling, she don't like me in her cell. Like she don't like me in her business. In her cell, like a lifer. That may be too many. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more bars. Let's see if you niggas get it.
All right.
She called me a pig, so I slapped her with a ham. Said, damn, bitch called me a pig, so I slapped her with a ham.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Kraig, this is a lost call. Kraig said, damn, she don't like me in her cell. Damn, she don't like me. Damn, she called me a pig, so I slapped her with a ham and cheese. Body hella regular.
Nigga.
Mine has special needs. This bitch had random gummy bears in her weave.
Oh, whoa, what? What meta? I don't even know where to start when it comes to metaphors with that. That part, you must have just been hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe had, half of a Subway sandwich left.
Yeah.
And you didn't know how to finish that. So I'm sorry. You lost me at that bar. You lost me with that.
That's hilarious.
Gummy bears flying out her weave or wig.
Yeah. So what's it? Ball in. Only listen to your coach, not your friends. Damn. She called me a pig, so I slapped her with a ham. That's basically saying sometimes you got to give them what they want.
Okay.
If a woman think you a pig, you can't deal with her in another way. She wants to deal with a beast. So you got to slap her with a ham. You got to give her what she want. Then I use the transition, slap her with a ham and cheese. Body hella regular, but her mind is special needs. This bitch had random gummy bears in her weave. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people could look like they get what's going on and look like they on point, but that's just the look. Their mind is really not there. Mm-hmm. And one thing that could show you that somebody's mind ain't there is their physical appearance. So you could think a bitch is bad, but if you got up on her and she had random gummy bears in her weave, you'd be like, something's off about this woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just paint the picture. It's not on the book writing. So my rhyme style as an MC is not on the book. If I see you with a big head, I'm not going to say you got a big head. Mm. I'm going to paint a picture that makes you think that, does this nigga have a big head? Mm. But I gotta write it to where there's enough there for you to take it where you want to take it. Because no interpretation is wrong. Right. But all interpretations are good because you make motherfuckers think.
Yeah, because there's no right or wrong answer to it.
That's that schizo rap. No, that's not that. It's really an art, man. Linguistics, the study of language and words and etymology and what they mean. That's my shit, man. I may not be a genius in other things, but when it comes to words and shit like that, man, that's my shit. I've been like that since I was a baby. Please believe, man. Make sure y'all pick up those tickets when they are available. The Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. I'll be telling jokes and headlining and roasting with some of the best comedians and audience members in the world. You feel me? My thing is to interact with y'all like I've been doing. We want to keep this thing going. So make sure y'all support the cause. We coming to so many different cities, man. It's ridiculous. Silk the Shocker word schemes. Kraig got a juice box under his cap. No. That's cool. What you got for us today, Quanziiie?
Man, I don't want to say that. You be catching me like, hold on. I seen something interesting that I didn't even get a chance to read. Not gonna lie, but I seen something, man. A French classic. What that word say? Citroen. I can't read today.
A French classic Citroen
2CV car made out of wood fetches record at a price at auction, and it even runs.
Is there a picture of it?
Yeah, right here. So this man sold a wooden car that runs. I haven't had a chance to read the article, but in Paris,
My bad.
it shows in Paris it took a carpenter, Michael Robillard, more than 5,000 hours over 5 years to build a wooden copy of a vintage Citroen 2CV. On Sunday, he sold it for a whopping $224,440.
How much?
$224,440.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What's his name?
Michael Robillard.
How you feel about that? Would you purchase a wooden car for $200,000?
I mean, if I had it like that, maybe. I mean, but I wouldn't drive it.
Why not?
All it takes is a nice, good piece of rain. The car's gonna be damp. It's gonna be super heavy. Fucking, you could drive past a burning building and might catch the dandruff and might catch on fire itself.
Right.
I don't think I would do that. Would you?
No, I'm not purchasing a wood. I mean, I would. It depends. I mean, if it's dope and it's not gonna catch on fire, wood is something that can combust and burn down. So I don't know if I want a hot ass engine in a wood car. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with purchasing something different if you got the bread.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but now look, it even got pictures of him in the engine. But I'm pretty sure he put something in the part where the engine goes to where, like, the heat doesn't transfer to the wood to where it would catch on fire.
Right. Right.
So you got to think about, the ingenuity in it. But it looks like he's been working on it for a while. It said the 2CV was first produced by the French car maker in 1948. It is now revered as a classic European vehicle, while the production of the popular four-seater ended in 1990.
I ain't gonna lie, Quanziiie, I definitely want to hear more details about how it's made, the processes and stuff like that.
Right.
So let's dig into that at some point, man. Let's hear what they got to. Let's hear. What was your first car? The one you're driving now?
Yeah, yeah. I've been driving since I was 13, but my first car is the Quanziiie Mobile. Yeah.
My first car is an '86 four-door Honda Civic white.
Okay.
White four-door '86 Honda Civic white. It was my grandmother's Teet's car. When she passed, it was parked at the house. I used to sneak it to school every day and drive it to school.
Did she ever catch you?
Nah, my mother, well, she was dead, so she wasn't going to catch me. My parents had to have an idea, But I didn't know nothing about cars, man. That was a good car. And the motor eventually blew up because I wasn't putting no oil in it.
Oh, my God. You didn't think that it needed an oil change?
You know what? I had no idea what I was doing, man. I mean, I learned because of that car more about cars. But that first car, that first vehicle that you want that's going to get you places,
right? It
never is the car that you wanted. Because at the time, I wanted either a Camaro, a Z28. Is it Z28?
Yeah.
Camaro, or I wanted a El Camino.
Okay.
But I had a Civic.
Yeah, no, my car is the Quanziiie Mobile is a 2005 Toyota Camry.
Right.
Yeah, my mom, it's an 05, but my mom bought it when I was 8. When I graduated high school, got my first job all in the same year. She just said, yeah, like, your independence is definitely growing. Yeah, I'm going to give you this car.
Damn.
Yeah. So
how did that feel?
It felt good. As soon as I got it in my hands, I hooked it up because the windows weren't tinted, so I tinted the windows, upgraded the speakers, did everything that a normal teenager would do to a car as soon as they get one. But yeah, I'm blessed to have it. I still gave her, a couple, what I had for it. But yeah, she gifted the car to me, and I'm, forever grateful for it. Let
me tell you something, man. If you keep making crimes, I don't condone it. But if you are, Honda Civic is a good car to commit crimes. I don't know how many times the police just drove by me.
Uh-huh.
I was doing some stuff I shouldn't have been doing from time to time in that car. And I would be sitting in the driver's seat with things on me that I shouldn't have. And the police would pull up next to me, wave, and keep it pushing because I kept it clean.
Really?
I never played my music loud. Hustle in cars. Hustle in economy cars.
Okay.
Stop getting Cutlass Supremes and big body cars and putting big rims on them and putting beat on them and having dope on you.
Nah.
Drive a car that's incognito, criminals.
What ended up happening to your first car?
Like I said, I blew a motor because of the oil.
Yeah, I know that, but you never tried to like restore it or anything? Or?
Nah, I just moved on to another car. The next car I had after that was a 1994 Cougar. It was white. I got it from my Uncle G, who's doing life in prison. He gave it to me as a product of some of the work I was doing for him around the crib. He just gave it to me. It was a $5,000 car at the time, which is a lot of money in 2000.
Right.
That's the famous story I tell about being pulled over by the police and how I knew I could do comedy. I had a bunch of marijuana in the trunk, hundreds of pounds at that particular time.
Oh, shit.
And I got pulled over twice in one trip back from Arizona to Cali and told jokes to the police officer in between AAA coming out to put another tire on my car.
Right.
And that's when I realized I could do comedy.
Oh, really?
You never heard that story?
No, I never heard this story.
I'll tell it to you one day. But it was a white Cougar. So my Uncle G never actually put the car in my name. He bought it from somebody who we couldn't find. So I drove the car for like 2 years. Never got pulled over in the car. Drove the car for like 2 years, and it was never in my name.
Okay.
So at some point when I realized I wasn't gonna get this title, I just started getting parking tickets on purpose on the car. I probably had $9,000 in parking tickets on the car. I used to just pull up into the red and just park because I knew what, you know what I mean? I knew eventually I was gonna get another car. And I knew it was gonna be impossible for me to get the pink slip, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
So
why not, you know?
Yeah, fuck it, nigga. I'm pulling up in handicapped spaces. I'm pulling up in the red. I'm parking at meters and never reaching for no money in the wallet. I'm just having a ball. Go ahead.
On the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk. I'm parking in people's driveway, blocking them in. I didn't know.
That's crazy. You know what? I've been driving my car for about 5 years now, and I recently just got pulled over.
Really?
Yeah, I recently just got pulled over, but it was for something that I could have prevented. It was my brake light. Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, my brake light was out, and usually, you know, you can go to anybody for anything when it comes to a car, but electrical problems, you don't know who to start with.
And you got to watch who you give a ride to. I got a cousin that used to be a flocker. He asked me for a ride somewhere. I didn't know what was going on. Turns out he asked me for a ride to flock. I gave him a ride. I see him coming out the window. First of all, he went into the backyard of the crib. That's how he entered the house.
Wow.
This is years ago. For those of you, ain't nobody going to criminate. He entered the house through the side door in the back, came out with a with a pillowcase through the front window of the house. Could have went through the door, but came through the front window of the house. Entered through the back, came out through the front window. We drive off. I didn't know I was driving into a flock. You know what a flock is?
No, what's that?
It's a burglary.
Oh, okay.
When people go in your house when you ain't home.
Oh, we just say hit a lick now. You know, just hit a lick.
Hey, right. But you saying that you got pulled over for a back tail light is hilarious because at the time my back tail light was out. So I had to tell my cousin when we got back to the hood, I got out the car and said, look, bro, my back tail light is out, bro. Don't you ever ask me for a ride somewhere and you're about to commit a crime.
Right.
Especially if my back headlight is out.
Yeah, my shit is bright too. So when I seen that the cop was
my back brake light.
Yeah.
Back headlight is hilarious.
Back headlight. Yeah, no, I knew it was gonna happen eventually. The cop was behind me, and I was like, yeah, no, he been behind me too long. I tried to like lightly stop when I was at the stop signs and shit like that, but he got me. But he was cool though. He gave me no fix the ticket or nothing. He read my name absolutely clean. So he was like, yeah, just get the brake light fixed.
One thing that amazes me about flockers is how long they stay in the house.
How long?
They was in that house for 30 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Alarm going off. These flockers are brilliant.
Like they're shopping. They just
Man, ain't nobody coming here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For those of y'all that understand the flock culture, I want to hear your stories, man. We all know of a flocker. I feel like you got to be crazy to do it. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
That's my involuntary flock. There's other crimes that I didn't know was going to happen in my presence where I'm like, man, why didn't you tell me you was about to do this?
Right. Yeah,
It's a crime that you've witnessed and you like they didn't tell you they was going to do it. They just did it in front of you.
Somebody selling E in front of me.
Meet the Flockers is hilarious. What you say?
Somebody selling E in front of me.
Somebody sold an E pill in front of you?
Yeah.
What happened? Where were you at?
I was in Hemet. And the homie was just like, yo, can you give me a ride somewhere? And, said they shoot me some gas. And I'll pretty much say yes to anything if you give me gas.
Right.
Or at least at that time. But,
right.
So we going down the street. He's like, yeah, just pull it to this gas station. And somebody just walked up from around the corner, just having a simple conversation. I'm thinking, he finna get out and just walk with him. I'm thinking I'm giving him a ride to link up with his homie. And the next I see them giving each other a handshake and something in the middle of it.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck was that? And he told me, because it looked like little Flintstone vitamins. It was all different colors. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He told me what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, why did you tell me this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, why did you tell me I'm speeding down, doing my normal speeding and shit?
Yeah.
It didn't make sense at the time.
Man, so my boy, rest in peace. If you look up my first music video from like 1999 or 2000 or something like that, it's called Pack It Up. The hook is like, when I'm rolling by myself, pack it up. Got that work in my socks, so the work in a pop. I ain't trying to have no kids, pack it up. It's like, damn, girl, you hot, but I can't get got when you rolling through the hood. Pack it up. Niggas acting like they would. Pack it up. Just so it is understood. Pack it up. Bitches looking at the truck like, pack what up? Right, so that was the hook. So I got my boy in the video, OC. If you look the video, PAQ it up, pack it up. They call me Pac-Man. So my boy's in the video, OC. He was going everywhere with me, but OC was still selling crack at that particular point in his life.
Oh, wow.
So, and I didn't even really think of it because I'm just pursuing the music at the time. I'm not even thinking that, I know my boy's still hustling, but I'm thinking ain't no way he gonna just do a transaction in my car in front of me. So we on the block chilling, shooting this video. We in my 73 coupe. I had a 73 Impala coupe, hard top, not quite the glass house, but it was close as you're gonna get to a glass house.
Okay.
And he started making fades in front of me in my car.
That's wild.
On a hot block. Didn't tell me he was gonna do it. I can't say, hey man, get out my car, man. So I let him make the fades and we left or whatever to shoot the video. Then I had to talk to him about it later. I said all that to say, man, don't hang around somebody that's gonna sell crack in front of you without telling you.
Nah, you know what? I had another homie, man. He was going through some shit at the time, and his solution was just to consume a lot of drugs and alcohol, man. I remember, man, you just try to be there for somebody, someone you really been fucking with since back in the day, and you know that even though you fucking with them and they doing illegal shit, you can still kind of put yourself,
Right.
in a bad situation, man. We doing simple shit, like I think going to the mall or something. All the way there, this dude's making lines and hitting weed and hitting the Corona and shit all of that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I can't, be there for you mentally, not sit here and, watch you kill yourself, you know what I'm saying?
But the last fade that he made while he was sitting in my car, the dude he made the fade to was our age.
Okay.
And he started smoking it in front of us.
Oh, wow.
See, it's easy to sell crack, but it's hard to watch people use it.
Wait, what?
If you sell crack and watch your customers use it, it's enough to make you stop.
Really?
Watching somebody do a hard drug, like a real hard drug, that's like a delayed suicide. At some point, if the drug ain't winning already, that it's going to start winning. And it sucks to be a part of the reason that somebody is losing so you can gain. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a tough thing for me to watch. Go ahead.
How do you think a dealer feels when they lose their best customer, like to drugs?
I feel. What you mean, like when they die?
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but yeah.
You know what? I don't know, because I know people. I know people who have sold crack to their own mama or daddy.
Oh, wow.
So here's the thing. Here's the tough thing about being in that world is like, okay, you as a kid, say your mother was hooked on crack. Would you rather her come to you to get it because you care about her, so you know? I'm just thinking about it because
I don't know if I want to answer that one, man.
I mean, that's a tough question that some people have actually had to answer in their life. Would you rather your mother get the dope from you, knowing that she gonna get high and at least be somewhere safe where you can help her out, or would you rather her go risk being around somebody who doesn't care about her, that'll put hands on her? You understand what I'm saying?
I get that. I mean, as her only son, I mean, I would try to get her the help, the help that she needs. But I see where you're coming from, though. I mean, if I had to just pick one or the other, I mean, I'd rather be the one to supply her with it.
Somebody said, smoke this, mama. You know I love you.
But I would do what I can to get her help, man. I love my mom,
Yeah, when somebody is on drugs, that's a tough one. These are questions that I know some people have had to deal with, that I know personally. Should I give my mama this crack, or should I let her go around the corner and buy it from the homies?
Yeah, because also you got to think, like, if you letting her risk, buying drugs for somebody else. It could be laced with something else. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? At least if
What do you lace crack? I mean, besides fentanyl, what can you put crack to make it?
That's what I'm saying. Fentanyl. Yeah, fentanyl is a bad drug. I know people that be on that. Honestly, man, in the desert, man, you see some crazy shit.
I know you do.
Yeah, you see some crazy shit in the desert, and the deeper you go in the desert, the crazier it gets, man, because there's nothing else to do.
Right.
But I would never be hooked on that.
There's different flavors to crack. You got cherry,
Really?
strawberry. Yeah, it's different flavors. You can flavor your stuff, man. Somebody said a wrong with a wrong isn't right. I agree, but what I'm saying is there is a lesser of the evil. So when you have to make decisions that tough, what do? Because at the end of the day, whether it's a parent, a brother, or a friend, or somebody you really care about, their life is their life, and your life is yours.
Right.
So sometimes the lesser of the evils is the only way.
Okay. Speaking of possible evil, I gotta. Are you ready to change the subject?
Yeah, go ahead.
I seen this morning, man, that I have a question I don't even know if I can answer, but would you rather have $50 million in your bank account or 5 minutes with God?
Well, I am a God. We are all gods having a human experience.
Right.
So,
That's in your IG bio, I know.
yeah, so some people view God as something different. When I say I am a God, I'm not referring to the deity in the sky. God made us in his image, in my opinion. So if you're looking for something in the sky, you want to spend time with that, you can do that, but that doesn't mean that that's actually God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're a physical manifestation of that. So what was the two options?
It was $50 million or 5 minutes with God, or your creator, or the ones that put us on this earth.
I feel like my God is what would give me the 50 million. So I'm gonna run with the 50 million because then I could do a lot with that.
Right, I get you.
There's not a day breathing you're not spending time with God. There's not a minute on this earth in your existence where you're not spending time with the Creator.
Yeah, we're spending time with the Creator right now, just conversating.
Give me more questions, man. Hit me more with the young nigga questions, man.
I can hit you with a bunch of would you, or I think I asked you this one before off camera, man. Would you rather fight a chicken every time it gets every time you get into your car, every time you open the door, a chicken is ready to whip your ass, spawns in, or would you rather fight a lion once a year?
I would rather fight a lion once a year.
Why?
Let's get it over with.
But you got to think, though. You got to think, like, when you're 70, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be, quick and strong as you was.
You didn't say I couldn't bring no weapon.
Or you get a spear.
Somebody said Kraig on drugs right now. Okay, well, prove it. Amazon gone, prove it. Somebody said fight the chicken.
All right.
The lion's going to get old, too. You didn't say I had to fight a different lion.
No, yeah, the same lion to death. I'm talking about coming with the same energy. You getting older, but the lion come with the same energy.
But the lion don't get older?
No.
Okay.
A new lion spawn in every year.
In order to succeed, you got to fight a lion.
What do you mean?
In order to succeed, you have to slay a beast. There's no way to be successful without overcoming what seems to most as insurmountable odds. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like beating a lion represents something that can kill you, something that's stronger than you, something that's a task. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could strategize and plan and be able to deal with the lion, but the amount of mental energy or focus you can lose from having to deal with a petty chicken every day, that's something that could affect you over the long haul. It could mess with your decision making. It could mess with so many things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just
constantly having to deal with nagging.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'd rather get it over with, man.
All right. Would you rather drive a really slow car or ride a fast bike? A bicycle, but it's fast as shit.
How slow?
Like cars only going like 25 miles an hour. No matter what car you get, if you behind the wheel, that shit going slow as a bitch.
How fast is the bike going?
The bike is going
25.
Nah. The bike is going at least 50. But
you talking about a bicycle, not a motorcycle?
Yeah, a bicycle, electric bicycle.
And it's just me.
It's just you.
No family.
Yeah, no family. But you got to think about the weather climate. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to.
And I live in California.
Yes, but if you want to travel, it's either the bike or the car.
The bike.
How you gonna deal with the weather?
I mean, I'll just wear a jacket.
What about the rain?
I mean, in California, it's probably raining a month out of the year. So if I only got to deal with that for a month, but I get places twice as fast. Look, if I'm going 50 miles an hour as opposed to 25, that means whatever takes me whatever takes you 2 hours is only going to take me 1 hour. On this earth, your most valuable thing is your time as a man. You can't get that back. So I want to be able to spend as much me time as possible so I don't suffer from meavery, which is the thievery of me time.
True.
So if I can get somewhere and back twice as fast as others, it's going to position me to win. So I think I'm going to roll with the bike.
All right. But if you choose the bike, though, if you be a passenger in somebody else's car, that shit still goes slow.
Right. I mean, but here's the thing. So if I got to be somewhere at 2, that means I could leave at 1. You have to leave at 12.
Probably so.
So I could be there and back before you, and I could get more accomplished that way.
All right. What would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 minutes? Or 150 years into the future?
For me, I'd rather see. Woo, that's a great question. Would I rather be able to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? Now, I can't be back and forth. One day I'm seeing 10 minutes, the other day I'm seeing 150. Yeah. It's just, I guess for me at this particular point, 10 minutes.
Why?
Because I can be more impactful that way. Maybe if I was a scientist or something like that and I was doing something that was generally good for humanity, like creating ways to grow seeds or, developing ways to make more renewable resources and shit like that, it would make sense. But for me, 10 minutes, because it affect my life today in a way that could make it better for those that come behind me. You know what I'm saying? It can make it better for those in my environment. It can make me more financially astute, and it can keep me ahead of these bitches.
I heard that. But at the end of the day, no matter if you pick 150 or 10 minutes, you can still become a millionaire. And I'm going to tell you why. So let's just say if you choose 10 minutes into the future and you at the casino.
Right.
And you at the roulette table. And you put half your bank account on whatever color you're going to put. But you can see into the future, so you're going to win every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could double your shit, quadruple your shit in less than 10 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But even if you, what'd you say, sir? Exactly, that too. Or even if you choose 150 years, you could think about companies today, which 150 years is going to be billion, $trillion companies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day,
how you going to benefit from it?
Generational wealth.
Nobody going to believe you. If you say, hey, man, in 150 years, wallets are going to make it a crazy comeback. I'm telling you, nigga, that's going to be everything wallets. I'm telling you right now. Motherfuckers going to be like, man, if you don't just think about it right now. 150 years ago is what year?
18, probably like 1880s. You think, 1880s, 1870s?
So 100 years earlier is 1923. 150 years earlier, 23 years off that is 1900. So 23 years off of 50 is 27. So we're talking about 1900 minus 27, which is 1863.
You might be right. You said
1873. 19 minus 27 is what?
Nigga, I'm an English major. 8, there you go.
Huh?
8.
1900 minus 27 is what? The year 1900 minus 27 years is what year? 1873.
Okay.
Look up in 1873, what was the technology like in 1873? Because if you were to go back to 1873 and tell them people about shit that's successful now, they would think you were strange, bro.
True. But still, I mean, you can still invest.
What are some of the things that were invented in 1873?
Let me see.
Put it in the comments, please. Steam streetcars. Okay, but look at their concept of a streetcar. That don't look like no car to us. That's a train car.
Yeah, I was about to say it looked like a train car.
And it's a guy standing up on a balcony on the outside of a car. Cars used to have balconies on them.
Where would the driver be?
How fast could a steam car go, Zay?
Let me see. It says up to 126 miles per hour in 9.
In 1873, how fast could a steam car go? In 1872, a steam coach by Charles Randolph of Glasgow weighed 4.5 long tons, 5.0 short tons, 4.6 tons, was 15 feet in length, but had a maximum speed of 6 miles per hour.
That shit is slow.
So in 1873, we get this 150-year look into the future thing added to us. Mm-hmm. You tell them, hey, man, look, cars ain't going to be, you're going to be able to drive a car by yourself and go 200 miles an hour. They're going to say, nigga, what do you mean we're going to be able to go 200? We can only go, what was it, 6?
6, yep.
We can only go 6. You mean to tell me we're going to be able to go 100 and
right,
whatever miles? They just wouldn't believe. In my opinion, I just think you would be so far ahead of your time that people would either kill you or they wouldn't believe you.
Why would they kill me over an opinion?
Mm-hmm. Bro, they used to kill Puritans because they thought they were witches. Like, what are some of the things that they would kill? I mean, I just think it's too far in the future. Anyway,
typewriter.
Typewriter was invented. What do we have now? We can Bluetooth messages. We can text messages. Tell somebody with a typewriter mind in 1873 that eventually you'll be able to text message somebody that's 1,000 miles from you what they're typing.
True.
People don't have a vision for it, man.
That shit crazy.
I want to be able to see into a hole's heart.
A hole's heart?
I would rather that gift. Let me see 10 minutes into the future, and I want to know exactly what's on a hole's heart. I would take that over anything. If I could tell you what's really on a woman's heart, a promiscuous woman's heart, I feel like that's where I can win in life. Tell me what's on a hole's heart.
Dick.
Barbed wire was invented in 1873. That's how you keep them locked in. You put barbed wire on the doorknob of a hole's room. That's the type of stuff that I would have been wanting. That's what I want to know.
All right, what about this one? Have no taste or be colorblind?
Have no taste.
Yeah, got you. Finally, got your ass.
Have no taste or be colorblind. I need y'all to comment. But two things. Either you have no taste or you're colorblind. Which one are you choosing?
I don't know, man. Man. Well, okay, so if you colorblind, you gotta, like, when it comes to like building outfits for yourself, you gotta have somebody that you trust to make sure that you have the good color coordination from shirt to shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can get that hating ass nigga and be like, yeah, man, that shit cool. That shit, work together. And you got fucking turquoise and purple or some shit like that, you know?
See, being colorblind means you really don't understand contrast.
Right. Or saturation.
You ever seen somebody, they got burgundy socks on, burgundy shoes, burgundy jeans, a burgundy shirt, a burgundy hat, a burgundy belt? They don't understand contrast. Contrast is what makes stuff dope because you give it things to compare it to. You offset things, you bounce things, you transition things. So for me, being colorblind would mean my understanding of contrast would be limited. That would affect my dopeness as an artist because now I don't know what to put. I don't know how to line things up the way I would if I wasn't colorblind. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Kraig has supersonic smell. That's funny. How can you smell something you can't taste? That's a great observation.
Damn.
Somebody said colorblind easy. I might go with the colorblind, but I don't know. Is there an artist out there that's fire that's colorblind? Who is the dopest MC that is medically diagnosed with being colorblind? Can you guys let me know who it is? Who's the most famous artist, actor, comedian, rapper that's colorblind?
Okay.
Not just blind, but colorblind. Stevie Wonder is blind, though.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder is absolutely blind. But yeah, he had the choice to, to cure his blindness, right?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He had the choice to cure his blindness. I got to do more research on it. I used to hear it from my grandfather all the time, but he said he decided to stay in his own world, because just imagine being blind for 20, 30 years and, you cure it. It'd be like learning to live life all over again,
I got to figure this one out. Is Grandpa lying to him? Because somebody corroborate this as fact. Was there a point where Stevie Wonder could have been medically cured of his blindness and he turned it down?
Yeah, hopefully my grandfather wasn't lying. I don't think he'll lie about that like that.
So according to the net, around a tenth of men are actually born colorblind or color deficient. Joe Hansen discussed it's okay to be smart. Famed painter Vincent van Gogh was colorblind. Hansen referenced the word of Kazunori Asada, a researcher and designer who was concerned with color vision. I don't know what the fuck that's talking about.
Just that name, Kazunori Asada, that sounds like a Japanese mixed with a Hispanic dude.
The singer Ray Charles, a pianist who was discovered that he was red-green colorblind when he was 46 years old. Charles announced in 1997 that he was suffering from a degenerative eye condition called glaucoma, which caused blindness. Wait, but I thought Ray Charles was always blind. Charles.
No. Stevie Wonder has always been blind. Ray Charles became blind.
No, but what I'm saying is they said in 1997 he discovered he was colorblind. Well, the singer and pianist who discovered that he was red-green colorblind when he was 46 years old, Charles announced tonight. I don't know, something doesn't seem right about this.
Yeah, I know it does. Is this the same? Oh, well, he's a pianist.
I thought Ray Charles was just blind.
Right, I thought, especially after watching the movie, I thought this nigga couldn't see since he was a young.
Since he was a kid, but in 1997, he was an elderly man. Go ahead. Let's do it. Many notable colorblind artists. Elton John, I had no idea.
Keanu
Reeves. Eddie Redmayne, I don't know who that is.
A nigga named Meatloaf.
Meatloaf is a comedian.
Oh, okay.
Okay, dope.
But as far as Elton John being colorblind, we all see how this nigga dresses. So does he just have like an imagination of what the colors would look like on how he dresses, or just
He probably has a stylist.
Yeah, it has to be. Or what about this one? Another would you rather? Would you rather be a vegetarian or only be able to eat meat?
A vegetarian.
That's a good answer.
Next one.
Would you rather have a pause button in your life or a rewind button?
Woo. Pause.
Why pause?
Well, I mean, some shit you don't want to rewind because it makes you better. So I'd rather pause and be able to think about what I did wrong or right than be able to take it back. Because if I can think about it, I can move better. If I rewind it and can undo it, I may not ever learn that lesson.
Would you rather always be overdressed or always be underdressed?
Always be overdressed.
So you can wear a suit to a basketball game?
I mean, does it have to be a suit? Like when you say overdressed, what do you mean?
I mean, like some simple shit. Oh, like playing basketball with the homies, and you pull up wearing a suit instead of wearing some Reeboks and some nice basketball shorts and a dry fit shirt.
I'd rather be caught with it than without it. Hey.
All right, true. Let me see.
What time does the game start? Meatloaf is a singer. You're right. I said comedian. Quanziiie seasoned flavors. That is hilarious. Elmo Duran.
That's hilarious.
Hey, we're going to put up a promo for the show. Go ahead and put that promo up. We'll be right back after these messages. God. And also play a couple songs, man.
You know what time it is. The Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is. The Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from God. God. You know what time it is. The Get It From God Stand Up and Roast Tour. Yo, if you can roast, come get yours. If you have talent, holler at me. All you have to do is go to my website, thekraigsmith.com, and check when we'll be in a city near you. If I owe you something, get it from
God. So we got some major stuff to talk about this week. Tomorrow I'll be going over the DC Young Fly thing and send me details. I also talk about these Joe Budden cats that said some stuff about Darlene from 5150 that I didn't appreciate.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're going to do some roasting and breaking down of these Joe Budden cronies. I'm a big fan of the Joe Budden show and everything they got accomplished. But I know they was mad about something that Corey said about Melissa Ford, and they went in on Darlene. So now what? I got to come for you. I got to make the world laugh at you bullsh jive ass Negroes, man. Y'all seen the comments. I'm going to play them later. We're going to talk about them a little bit, and we're going to have fun with it.
And you said this is happening tomorrow?
Jay Jimerson, what's up, boy? Love and respect. Yeah, we're going to go over it tomorrow. They're going to see that show tomorrow.
All right.
But I want to see what these dudes had to say, man.
Well, how long ago was this? Like, is this recent? Or?
Yeah, I just noticed that somebody sent it to me this morning, so I just got to go over it and figure out what's going on. Hey, y'all, man. It's been a great show today. Short show.
Yeah, it's been
Hopefully you enjoyed. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
What up, y'all?